How a narcissist steals your joy and ways to reclaim your happiness. A narcissist is a con artist, a manipulator, and a thief of other people's joy, freedom, possessions, mental health, physical health, and many more. A narcissist isn't just someone with inner confidence within their own abilities or likes to post a few selfies and count their likes. There is something far more sinister behind the narcissist persona. A narcissist is a toxic person who can one minute be so charming and kind and the next so hurtful and negative. They lack in empathy. They do not care for how others feel. They exploit people. They don't care if they've earned something or not. They see, they want, they manipulate, they take, as they feel entitled to do so. They also hold no guilt or remorse for the things they do, and they remove any form of shame by passing the blame on to those around them. Whoever the narcissist was or is within your life, as most of us carry a little self-doubt, a narcissist will take that self-doubt to place you into the fear zone where we begin to forget everything and run with it, where we slowly begin to fawn to their demands. Due to them downplaying their behaviour and exaggerating all of ours, we start to believe that we are the ones with the problem. When we are emotional thinkers and they pull on each and every one of our emotions to use against us, from making us feel guilty and wanting to please them, to fear and conforming to their demands, to anger and reacting to their toxic ways, just for them to shift the blame onto us time and time again, leaving us with more self-doubt. I'm Elizabeth Shaw. Welcome to the channel, which is all about the narcissistic personality disorder, to give you more understanding of what you've been through or those you might still be dealing with within your life, and ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. So, just how do narcissistic people steal your happiness? The straightforward answer is they manipulate all of your thoughts. So, first of all, the self-doubt. Most of us have those nagging little doubts in day-to-day life, normal, natural, and healthy. When it comes to self-doubt, you either sit down and avoid doing something altogether and then live with the regrets, or stand up and do it anyway. And it's always nice to have someone behind you to offer that support. A narcissist will train you to question everything about yourself. They do this by invalidating all your thoughts and all your feelings, using all your insecurities against you. They will put you down. Instead of loving, caring and building you up, they will take you down so that you doubt your abilities in everything you say or do. They triangulate you and play you off against others to plant those seeds of self-doubt within your mind about those around you, so the narcissist can divide and conquer and you lose your trust in others. Emotions. It's normal to have feelings, yet a narcissist will make you overthink every single thing you think, feel or believe in. A narcissist will act in some way to provoke you or gaslight you in some way. Then when you do speak up for yourself, it'll be you're too sensitive, or you're too insecure, you're too angry, or you're too emotional. Those of us who have emotions can be sensitive. We can be insecure. It's usually our instincts speaking up for us. Being sensitive isn't just a passing mood. Being insecure isn't just a passing mood. It's often vital to who a person is and their values and their beliefs. It usually means you care for others' feelings as well as caring for your own. You can overthink before you act or speak if you're sensitive, to avoid hurting other people's feelings. You can absorb information and process it. You can be upset easily when people offend you. Because you're a caring person, you can become upset easy over others' hurtful actions towards you. There is nothing wrong with being sensitive. It's good for you to have feelings. It's good for us to have feelings, and it means we care about ourselves and about others. There's everything wrong with those who use our feelings against us to provoke reactions from us. Someone who loves and cares would try to think first. If they made an error in judgment, they would sympathise, comfort, validate and communicate. They would not use our own feelings against us. When people do things that hurt us, being sensitive is a perfectly normal reaction. The problem is not us being sensitive. The problem is them not caring about hurting our feelings. Which is the same as insecurities. When they are using all our insecurities against us to provoke reactions from us, and it's our instinct speaking up that's making us feel insecure because of the way they are behaving. And instead of somebody making a genuine mistake, apologising, validating feelings, a narcissist will find your insecurities, rip them wide open and use them against you time and time again, and then tell you that you're insecure, when in reality it's their behaviour that's making you feel insecure, and you need to step away from those kinds of people. Empathy. A narcissist will use our empathy just like our own emotions against us. They will beg, plead, triangulate, pity play, confuse or place that much fear into us we conform to their demands, as we feel bad if we don't. We feel bad then when we do, yet we fear what they will do more than we fear our own feelings. Enough. Most of us question if we are indeed good enough. As we are human, we make mistakes, we make errors in judgment, and we look for ways to be enough. Often, instead of looking to be good enough for ourselves, we can try to be good enough for others. Often a narcissist has already planted that self-doubt within our minds that we are not good enough, so we try harder and harder to please them, never realising at the time that we are losing ourselves, and the more we try to please them, it will still never be enough for them. We only have to be enough for ourselves. Drama. A narcissist will create so much drama within our lives, and it releases cortisol, dopamine and other natural chemicals so that we literally become addicted to the toxic cycle. Isolation. Once we have the self-doubt, once our emotions are running on a high, when we no longer feel good enough, surrounded by drama, we become mentally, emotionally and physically drained. Our minds left so confused with cognitive dissonance. We become isolated from friends and family and from any kind of support. The only support system left is the very person that's sinking us. The narcissist is the only person left to go to. Cognitive dissonance. Everything that happens within a narcissistic relationship leaves us confused. We live two different realities. We have different values, beliefs running around our heads, living in confusion about reality, which way to turn, what to do for the best. Fear. Once we are isolated, full of anxiety and depression from the emotional overload and left feeling slightly crazy, most people are often left feeling stupid, living in pain, not only within our own hearts, but also within our minds, from all those silent treatments, walking on eggshells, trying to second guess their behaviour. They will fill us with so many fears, fear of being left as we've got no one and nothing left, and with how we feel when they say no one will love you, we believe them. When they say, who would believe you, you're crazy, we believe them. So, how do you reclaim your happiness? The straightforward answer is make a decision to take control back of your own thoughts and work on it each and every day until you succeed and it gets easier and easier and easier. Then before you know it, the next time something hard hits and your thoughts just take care of it for you. Be unapologetically you. Learn to think how you want to. Believe in what you want. Do not care for what others say or do. Focus on you. Who cares if others like you? With good intentions, there is no wrong way or right way to live your life. There is only your way. We can study and look up the habits of happy people within our world to try and mimic those and make our lives happier. But most of those studies are done on wealthier people. So they tend to have morning routines, and you can implement a morning routine. You can exercise, you can meditate, you can do yoga, you can surround yourself with happy people. And yes, this all helps so long as doing these things actually makes you happy. They say happy and successful people get up at 4 a.m. If that's what makes you happy, do it. If not, don't. Get up at the time that suits you. If you wake between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. and struggle trying to get back to sleep, try getting up, try getting on with your day. See if that works better for you. Don't just give up on the first couple of days. Give it time and see what happens. And start going to bed earlier. Rather than forcing yourself and fighting against yourself to fall back to sleep and then waking up later feeling tired and drained. Yes, we can learn from others living how we want to live, yet we have to adapt to what's right for us. Decisions. We can all make a choice, and then we can all make excuses to talk ourselves out of those decisions. Why often fear? Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of pain, fear of what if. And you need to change those what ifs from what if the worst could happen to what if the best could happen. Start looking at the good that could happen. Make a decision, then act on it. Look at a time in your past you made a decision, went for it, and it altered your life course. Fear. Face everything and rise again. When dealing with those without empathy, always find a safe way out. Facing the fear of making friends, facing anxieties of dating, fear of being yourself, fear of standing up for yourself. And as you rise, shaking, and your mind takes a seat and forgets everything that you were about to say to somebody. You've got to stand up and do it anyway. Others have the same feelings as you, so go for what you want in life. Face your fears and do it anyway. Emotions, taking back control of your feelings. Don't worry if someone else wouldn't feel as sensitive or as insecure, or if you're overreacting. Don't ask, would someone else think this? Ask why you believe or feel it. It's as good or as bad as it is to you. Validate your feelings. You are allowed them. Often they are there for a reason. You feel sensitive around those who cause you to feel hurt. You feel insecure around those you cannot trust. You feel anxious around those people who feed your anxieties. Find your sense of humour, whatever it is to you. Things that have happened, and some of these things are horrific and they happen to you. You cannot change your past. You can change your future. When we live feeling sad, we live a sad life. When we live feeling depressed, we live an unhappy life. When we take ownership of our own feelings, no matter what others throw our way, when we laugh at things that are supposed to destroy us, that laughter lifts us. Yes, some horrible things happen in life. That's life. We get to define the meaning we give to toxic situations internally. We get to define the meaning we give to anything that happens to us within our life. Give yourself some foundations to work from, and most buildings have solid foundations to stand tall. Start building your foundations today. Learn your boundaries of things you will and will not accept from other people. Learn to say no. Look for something you enjoy doing for you, or things that you've enjoyed doing in the past to give your life meaning. Think about what direction you'd like to go in. You don't need to know how you'll get there, just the foundations and the blueprint. If that blueprint is for a 6-month plan or a 5-year plan, just create an idea of where you'd like to be. You can always change it, just like getting in that car. If you don't know where you're going or driving blind, you could end up in a mess. If you type a destination into the sat-nav, you might not know how you're going to get there, but you will reach that final destination. You will find a way. And if you spot somewhere more fun along the way, you can change the direction. Write things down. Start putting your goals on paper, as many as you can, and list at least 5. And try doing it for 5 days in a row. Read them daily, add to them, cross them off once achieved. Add more as you go along. You are limitless. The power within your thoughts. Learning to take care and manage your own thoughts correctly to serve you. Listening to your emotions and acting on how you think and you feel at that moment. Who you are, who you want to be, how you want to live, and what you want to do with your life now. I shall add some videos in the description on overcoming self-doubt and a video on handling all your emotions. I'll also add the links to the online courses that are available. If anyone has any advice on how they overcame narcissistic abuse, please do add it into the comments. There is some amazing comments on here already from amazing people. It just helps give people those ideas, because we are individuals. So it is all about finding what works for you, what you want to believe in, what your values are, where you want your life to go. You can look for others for inspiration. You can look to others for ideas, but it's about fitting those ideas in with you and how you want to live your life. Thank you for listening. Bye.